Hey, what's going on, everybody? This is Trip from tripadvice.com, and I'm doing a special interview series here today. I'm sitting with one of my favorite style YouTubers. His name is Aaron Marino, also known as Alpha M. Right? There we
You
go.
got it, Trip. Thanks for having me, man. I'm so excited.
Awesome. So, okay, just really quickly, where can people find you on YouTube? It's youtube.com/Alpha M.
Alpha M Consulting.
Okay.
Yeah. If they just go into YouTube, type in Alpha M, they'll be able to find me.
Perfect. So that you can find him there, subscribe to his channel. He is the style master. He's got so many videos teaching guys how to dress to look better, to feel better. And today, what I want to talk about specifically is I want to talk about how style and fashion can help the guys dress and attract more women into their life. And I
Great
have,
topic.
yeah, it's a great topic, and I know that you're the man to give us because you actually have some dating advice uh, videos actually on your channel, some flirting stuff too, right?
Out of necessity. People were asking, and I thought, you know what? I've got a big opinion, and so I might as well, put a few videos out there, but they're definitely not to the caliber of video or content that you're putting out. That is for sure.
Oh, thank you, sir. Thank you very much. Okay, cool. So I got a bunch of questions. These questions have been asked by viewers themselves. A couple of them are just stuff that I'm interested in, but I really want to get down to the bottom of what guys can do, some real practical tips on what they can do to dress better so they can start attracting women. Okay, so that's what we're
Right.
talking about today. So let's get right into it. Let's talk about the one piece. Okay, a lot of guys ask me like, okay, what's the one piece? What's the one thing that I should be focusing on to attract women? So like, if I had to just focus on one thing, what do you think it would be, or what's like the most important in terms of attraction?
What I would say is there. See, it's sort of a loaded question. There are so many different elements of attraction and of dressing to attract the opposite sex or whomever you're trying to attract. But I would say that if you start with the shoes, you're going to be well above and ahead of your competition because the deal is women notice shoes. A lot of guys are like, I just, their shoes, they match with my belt, everything's cool, right? And that's absolutely not the case. If you build an outfit from the shoes, a great pair of shoes can turn an average outfit into a great outfit. But on the flip side, you could have a great outfit on. If you're wearing terrible shoes, you might as well just have a pile of dog crap on your leg because it's totally killed the outfit. And so I would say that having good shoes are going to be one of the most essential aspects to attract the opposite sex.
Nice. Okay, so in terms of shoes, I mean, what are we talking about here? Like maybe tell us a couple of like absolute no-nos in terms of wearing shoes and a
Yeah.
couple of ones that would be like a good overall type of
Here,
shoe to wear.
Okay, so here's the deal. As far as things to avoid, you want to avoid any shoe that's super trendy. A few years ago, you saw all those guys wearing the shoes that were really flipped up in the front. They've got stitching, they're really ornate, detailed. They are absolutely terrible. Stay away from trends. Okay, stick to the classics. You want to look for shoes that are sleek, simple, possibly an elongated toe box, nothing too big and bulky. Big, bulky shoes make you look shorter, heavier, dumpier than you actually are. Maybe a great simple pair of loafers without shoelaces. Shoelaces are one of those aspects and items that show shoes age, and if you're not responsible with shoelaces, it can
Oh,
look rough really fast. A great pair of sleek, plain, not too ornate, not too busy. Slip on loafers is a great place to start. If you want to go something more casual, you can never go wrong with a great pair of boots. If you guys haven't checked them out, Fry makes an incredible boot, and it's something that adds a little bit of height for you short guys out there like myself. But they're just sort of rugged and look great with jeans, and they're super sexy.
awesome, awesome. These are great tips. These are great tips. Actually, so in one of my free ebooks that I give away, I give what I think is the best fashion tip, and you just said it right there. Shoes. I mean, like shoes is absolutely hands down one of the best things because I mean, girls they're looking at that, right? I mean, they
Oh, that
see. The
That's one of the
shoes.
first thing. If you notice when you meet somebody, a woman will glance down at your feet. They want to see because that's going to tell them everything they need to know. And unfortunately, you might be the greatest guy in the world, but if you're not putting your best foot literally and figuratively forward, then you're missing out because they do pay attention and it's something to invest in. Cheap shoes make you look cheap. Doesn't mean you have to spend a ton of money. There's some great quality, stylish options that are affordable, but you just got to know where to look. You got to, spend a little bit of time. Don't just buy what's on sale and buy what your buddy's wearing because 9 times out of 10, it's the style blind leading the style blind, and he's a train wreck too. So,
It's so funny you say that because there's something about fashion and men. Like we just a lot of men don't pay attention to it. A lot of men really don't know what they're doing. And I think that's why your YouTube channel is so big because guys are really trying to seek out this information because no one teaches us this stuff. You know, the
no one.
women are focusing more on the fashion than the men.
Yeah, and here's the deal. A lot of guys think that just because maybe their girlfriend or their ex-wife or girlfriend would buy their clothes that they knew what they were doing. And I always tell guys, your image and the way that you present yourself is nobody else's responsibility other than your own. You've got to be and take control of your own, style and image. Nobody else is going to do it for you. Women are too busy worrying about what looks good on them. They don't care. They're like, whatever, put you in a pair of khakis, you're fine.
Right.
Honey, can I have some money? As far as men, yeah, we never are really encouraged like we are to be good at sports, be good at school, get a good job, make money, raise 2.5 well-adjusted kids. Our value is put on other aspects other than taking care of ourselves and really identifying something that makes us feel great. And so, a lot of times I think people find me in my videos just because they're like, oh, here's a guy who's put together, and it's okay to want to look good. There's nothing to be ashamed of, and it's actually going to impact your life in every aspect in a positive way.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, this goes even beyond, dressing to attract women. I mean, this goes into your career, into networking, into making friends. I mean, into everything.
Everything. You feel good about the way that you're looking, the way that you're put together, and you are going to achieve more in every facet of your life.
Yeah.
You said it, Trip. Friends, money. You're going to make more money. You have two people go in for the same job. One person's put together and pays attention to his shoes. The other person doesn't. 9 times out of 10, the guy who pays attention to his image, even if he's less qualified, is going to get the job, is going to make the sale because he resonates and people are more attracted to that.
Right. And you know what? It's even on this deeper, is that a cat? That's so cute.
Hey, Trip, you're going to ruin my street
No,
cred. It's my wife's cat.
my cat's back there. Don't worry
Okay,
about
cool.
it. True story. No, but when you dress better, when you pay attention to those little things, when you pay attention to your shoes, you're sub-communicating to a girl or to your future employer that you pay attention to the details, that you care about those things. So if you're showing that you care about those things, it's like, well, what else does he care about too? It shows that it's bigger than yourself. It's something that you're almost saying that you are, trying to pay attention to all the little things. And that
Absolutely.
really comes together.
You
So,
nailed it.
so let's go into this. I want to talk a little bit about, this is also kind of a small thing, but let's talk about grooming for a second.
Hmm.
Okay, so I know you also talk about grooming on your channel. You have a ton of videos on that, which you guys should check out. Again, youtube.com/alphamconsulting. But today, let's talk about just like the best grooming tip that you can give us in terms of, maybe like something that guys do wrong a lot or you notice a lot. What's one of the best tips you can give us in terms of grooming?
One, man, just one.
Just one. I'm putting you on the spot here.
I would say that they let their hair go too long in between cuts. It's something so simple, but guys try and either to, stretch out a haircut to save money or just because they're lazy, they don't think about it. But just cleaning up around the edges, around your ears, your neck, going in and just getting a fresh cut, that in itself does so much to improve your look, to improve your confidence, and to look more put together. You know, there's a lot of other aspects and things that I talk about regarding grooming, including nose hair, eyebrows, ear hair,
Hmm.
manscaping, you know, all that good stuff. But having a fresh haircut is one of the simplest things you can do in order to look great.
Okay. So let me ask you this. This is actually going right into my next question. I want to talk about hair. You know, I get this question all the time from guys, and I'll admit it's very difficult for me to answer because I mean, I'm not, a style consultant, but I have some ideas, but I want to hear from you in terms of hairstyle. What do you think is the best hairstyle for guys right now?
This is
Assuming that you have it, of course.
Yeah, I exactly. This is a tricky question because there are quite a few factors that do come into play when determining a hairstyle. You've got hair texture, you've got the density of hair, you've got hairline, you've got a lot of different aspects that you need to take into consideration. I would say right now the medium length, parted, sort of undercutty pompadour. That's not even a what the hell am I talking about? I lost myself on that one. Don't go too long, don't go too short. Let your hair grow. A lot of guys go way too short, and having a little bit of length in your hair, regardless of the style and how you actually style it. Don't go too long in the back or the sides, but having a little length on the top like you do, Trip, is just a great accent, and it really does just it looks fantastic. It's playful. You could do a lot with that. You could comb it over so that you could be a little bit more polished and professional, or you could be more playful, spike it up, mess it up. You've got a lot of versatility. So I would say maybe minimum 2 inches on top, 3/4 to an inch on the sides and back, and
Okay.
then have at it. Just style it to suit your occasion and situation.
Yeah, absolutely. I work with a lot of guys when I do my, in-person coaching, and I get guys who come to me who, they're not bald, but they keep it really short. Like, I mean,
Hmm.
like as short as this, and I'll kind
Yeah.
of zoom in a little bit. Like, it's like pretty much like almost it's like a buzz cut, right?
Yeah.
And I'm always looking at them, I'm like, all right, you're a pretty decent looking guy, but I feel like if they just grew out their hair a little bit, it would give them like more shape to their head, and
Oh
like you
yeah.
said, it would be that accent that kind of helps it just look a little more fresh, just look a little bit more attractive. You know what I mean? Like
Oh,
if you have
absolutely.
it, grow it.
If you have it, grow it, and if you
Yeah,
don't try and pretend you have it.
shave it, right?
Yeah, well, yeah, and there are things that you can do for those guys out there that are bald, that are thinning, and you're freaked out. There's some really great things that you can do. Use facial hair to really balance out that face and your look. As men, we don't wear makeup, but we do have facial hair, and it's amazing the difference that just a little subtle facial hair scruff or a goatee or a soul patch or whatever you want to grow and experiment with can really bring the balance of your face down. Also, great frames. If you're losing your hair, throw a pair of great glasses on, and it totally changes the look and makes you look fresh, hip, current. People are like, whatever, hair, who cares? You look great.
Awesome. That's a really good tip. I never thought about that one. Yeah, putting on glasses. Okay. 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 All right, cool. So, how about if you're now we're talking more about body shape. So, in terms of what you kind of got with you. I'm a naturally very skinny guy. I got other guys who are clients of mine who are very big boned. Some are even overweight. So for the guys who are super skinny and the guys who are overweight, and we can talk about each one separately. What is like your one, best fashion tip for each each body type?
It really, across the board, you've got to wear clothes that fit. The biggest mistake I see is thin guys wearing clothes that are too big and big guys that are wearing clothes that are too big. For some reason, we associate large clothing with comfort. And the thin guy, if you're a thin guy and you want to look a little bit more statuesque and a little bit more filled out, you need to put on a shirt, pants, a suit that is actually fitting you properly. Now, some things that you can pay attention to is color. Color is a great way to sort of balance the body. Light colors makes you look larger, dark colors make you look smaller. So if you're a thinner guy, wear clothes that fit, wear lighter colors. So instead of that black shirt, maybe go with a light gray, light blue, somewhere in that family. It's going to make you look larger. On the flip side, guys that are heavy, you want to stay away from wearing real big, bold, bright because it's going to make you look larger. Wear clothes that fit, pants that fit, not too big, not too baggy. A lot of times you hear big guys are like, oh, I don't want to wear fitted shirts. I got a gut. Fitted doesn't mean tight. It simply means that they're cutting out some of the extra fabric and making it more contoured to the human body. And so you can be a big dude, still wear fitted clothing.
Okay. Okay. Cool. Yeah. Like I remember hearing one time that wearing black makes you look thinner, right? Like
Absolutely.
it's got that. Um,
It absorbs light. And so that's the reason. It absorbs light, and so you look smaller, and lighter colors reflect it, causing you to look larger.
Got it. Awesome. I love it. We're getting scientific here. This is
There we go.
great.
That's as scientific as I get, Trip. That's it. Good night, Seattle.
All right. Thanks for joining us. Cool. Cool. Okay. Cool. So I have one more question for you, and this is something that I know you brushed upon it already in our interview here, and I think you've talked about in some videos too. In terms of spending money, right? I guess my question is how should guys think in terms of spending money on clothes? Should they spend as much as they can? Because guys have the money. Should they spend as much as they can? Should they no matter what, should you try to be cheaper so you can get more? Where's the line that you can cross? So what do you think about that?
That's a great question, and one that I think a lot of guys do struggle with. They want to look good, but they don't know how much they should spend. What I would say is to start with a foundation. Don't go out. A wardrobe is not bought, it's built. Go out and invest in key items, okay? Take an inventory of what you have. What clothes fit you, okay? If it fits, is it in good shape or is it beat to hell? And start with the basics. Start with the shoes. Get a pair of shoes that, is more stylish than your other options. Jeans. Get a pair of jeans. If you're wearing khaki pants to the office or casual pants to the office, invest in one or two pairs of those. Buy what you wear most often, and you're going to get a better return on investment. And just be systematic. Buy systematically and shop systematically. Start integrating and upgrading your wardrobe as opposed to just going out and spending a ton of cash. Also, don't think that just because you are spending a lot of money that you're going to look great or that it's stylish. Stylish doesn't mean expensive. It just means, I would rather a guy wear a cheap shirt that fits him great than an expensive one that's gaudy and has, Tommy Hilfiger or whatever scrawled all across it. Be selective, be methodical, and then I would say when you want to continue to upgrade your wardrobe, once a month, splurge on yourself. Treat yourself to something new. When you buy it and bring something else new in, get rid of something else. You don't want a bunch of extra clutter in your wardrobe, and you can't operate a wardrobe efficiently if you've just got a bunch of shit, pardon my language, bunch of crap all over the place that doesn't fit. Only have in your wardrobe what you wear, what you love. That's it.
Awesome, awesome. That is great, great advice. And it's true. I mean, sometimes I'll walk into, one of the cheap end stores and I'll be like, wow, I can't believe this is only like $5-10, but it looks amazing. It's such a great fit. It fits well. I'd say the only thing when it comes to the cheaper end stuff is that you got to take like extra special care of it, or else it just kind of in a couple washes it dies out. You know what I mean?
Quality is one of those things, but I think there's a happy medium that you can find. And so, don't go super cheap, but you don't necessarily need to go super luxe either. You can find something that is great quality, that isn't super expensive, that fits great.
Right. Awesome. Awesome. Cool, man. Well, listen, that's all the questions I got. That's the stuff that's, like I said, been kind of burning on my brain and other people as well. So thanks for coming on and giving us some great information. Guys, to follow him, to subscribe to him, Aaron Marino, it's Alpha M. You go to youtube.com/Alpha M Consulting, and I'll put that in the link in the description box below. And I know that you got a lot of other places to find you. So, Aaron, what are some other websites and stuff for other guys to get more quality stuff from you?
You can find me all over the place, but the best place to find me is my website, imalpham.com. You can just Google Alpha M and you'll find it. There you have about 1,800 original videos and articles. It's my YouTube channel, just supersized. And, that's the best place to find me other than YouTube.
Awesome. Cool, man. Well, I'll put those links also in the description box below for you guys. Don't forget to subscribe to this channel, Trip Advice. I'll see you guys on the next video. And Aaron, thanks again.
Thanks, Trip.